The real threat is not AI. The real threat is not having an AI strategy. How many of y'all agree? The real threat is not AI. It is not having an AI strategy. Welcome to day number 17. We're going to be talking about having strategy, having an AI strategy, and getting rid of that fear. All right, so it's day number 17 of the She Leads with AI book countdown. All right, drop in the comments a hello if you have been following this challenge over the last couple of weeks. Now, today is going to be a powerful day. So make sure that you watch all the way to the end, send to the other leaders in your organization or in your business, because once and for all, today we are going to talk about how to develop an AI strategy. Now, I'm going to share with you the same information that I have in the book where we talk about how to develop an AI strategy. I give you my signature framework that I use with my clients that are paying me the big bucks, okay? And the reason why is because I want every leader to really know how to implement AI strategy, and using my proven framework will actually help you to do that. Okay, so let's jump into it. First of all, I love doing AI organizational consulting. And I am able to see behind the layers of what's really going on in businesses, organizations, and government agencies. And sometimes it is not pretty at all, right? Because what happens is, even when I was doing the research for the book, I was looking at the statistics of how many organizations are spending money on doing AI strategy, and only a small percentage of them are being successful. So it's like they're just throwing money, hoping that something is going to stick. And now we don't waste money. That is not what we do over here, okay? What we do is save money and learn how to leverage money and make money, okay? So let me hear you say, make money, save money. And so that's one thing that our strategy is going to help you to. All right, so our proven framework we use is actually called the GUIDE framework, or the guide, tongue twister, guide methodology for doing AI implementation. And so we love to use acronyms for our frameworks because it makes it easy for you to be able to understand what step we're in the implementation process, and then being able to hold yourself accountable. So again, before I jump in with the guide framework, why is it important to have a strategy for your AI implementation? Because we don't want to lose money. Okay, because we don't want to hurt employee morale. So a lot of organizations don't understand that they're not getting buy-in from their leaders or from their team, and so they're expecting them to implement something that they haven't even bought into. Okay, so now if you're a leader, is that smart? No, it's not. All right, so let's talk about the guide framework. So the very first thing that you want to do is you want to gauge organizational readiness. Okay, gauge organizational readiness. So you have some organizations that they are used to rapid change, and so implementing another tool or another solution is just another day for them. And then you have other organizations that are very slow to adapt to change. So for them, implementing AI is like changing their processes, their workflow, their procedure. And so it's a huge thing. So the first thing that you want to do is get a pulse check on, is your organization ready for AI strategy? Okay, so that's the first step, which is G for guide organizational readiness. So the second thing that you want to do is unite your leadership and unite your AI vision. How does AI play into the overall vision and mission and principles that you have for the organization? How is it tied into your strategic priorities? Not just we're just going to throw AI on top of everything, but how are we going to embed it and weave it into our organization so it can become a part of our DNA? So you need to strategically understand, how are you going to use AI? Are you going to use it in your customer service or your customer experience? Are you going to use it in onboarding? Are you going to use it in marketing and sales? Are you going to use it for data analysis and reporting? Are you going to use it for product development, innovation? Are you going to use it to expand your service offerings? How are you going to use AI? All right. So that's number two. You want to understand, excuse me, not understand, but you want to unite your leadership and your vision. And so within that, when you're understanding how you're going to use AI, you want to make sure that you have your team on board. So you want to have buy-in from senior leadership and then middle management leadership and then employees. So you want to make sure that you have buy-in. I like to say from a top down, from a down up, from a side to side. Okay. Top down, down up, side to side. And the reason why you want to do that is anybody that is going to be using AI in your organization. So if this is going to be an AI strategy that you're going to roll out, anybody that is using it, you want to have buy-in. So now, of course, everybody is not going to jump on the bandwagon and be like, yeah, me, sign me up, sign me up. Some people are going to be like, listen, do you know my plate is already thin? I don't have any time to learn anything else. This is just something additional for me to do. So that's why you have to have the buy-in from the beginning, because you're going to have some people that are not going to be on board, and they have to understand, how does this benefit them? And you want to get their feedback and their opinions of, what do you think we should use AI for? How do you think that it should be benefit? What are some of the fears that you have? What are some of the threats possibly, with AI? And so you want to be able to overcome all of those. So of course, that's part of your whole change management plan. Okay. So then I was the identify the strategic opportunities. And so that is going to be where you're understanding how you're going to use AI in your organization. D is going to be, you want to develop your people first. So a lot of people roll out AI strategies and their people don't know how to use AI. So start off with AI pilots and focus groups and cohorts and have people to do AI. So a lot of our clients, even when they're just thinking about rolling AI, so they will develop like AI teams, and then they'll put out AI challenges, and they'll have departments, where they're challenged the department, of course, have an incentive or reward to figure out how to use AI in their department or how to use AI on a daily basis. So you want to develop your people first. So you want to start training them on AI tools, getting them comfortable with the tools. So basically, they're starting to understand how they can be more productive and how it can save them time. Okay, so when your people are on board and you train your people first to use AI, then rolling out it to the organization is easier. And then also, when you roll out, you want to make sure that you execute with empathy. And what that simply means is you want to make sure that you're not forcing people. You want to create an environment and a culture where people are buying in to what you're wanting to do with your AI strategy. And some of my clients, they are very overzealous. They're like, we're going to roll it out to our 10,000 or 20,000 employees. We're just going to do it. And we're like, hold up. Okay. Let's do it in phased approaches so that we can understand what works well, we can modify, we can tweak. So you want to roll it out with empathy. Understand that everybody's not going to have the same level of adoption, right? Some people are going to be slower to adopt than others. So you want to make sure that you execute with empathy. Okay. So that is our guide framework that we use, and really helping organizations to develop a holistic AI strategy and roll that strategy out. So whether you're a small business, medium-sized organization, or a large organization or government agency, you can use this strategy. So G, let's go back over it for the guide framework, is gauge your organizational readiness. U is to unite your vision and your leadership. I is to identify strategic opportunities. D is to develop your people first. And E is to execute with empathy, because you want to make sure that you are a people first culture. So yes, we're bringing in AI. Yes, we're bringing in, additional technology, but we still want to make sure that we keep our people first. I like to call it, it's the human AI leadership, okay? The human AI leadership is the combination of the human and the AI. So it's like human-centered AI leadership. Say that with me, human-centered AI leadership, human-centered AI leadership. Okay, guys, so that was like a whole little mini masterclass that we just did for day number 17. But I think it's so important that you have strategy, AI strategy versus fear about AI. Okay, so I talk about all of this in She Leads with AI. So make sure that you pre-order your copy of it. You can click the link below, or you can go to sheleadswithaibook.com, sheleadswithaibook.com. No woman left behind. Let's join the women's AI revolution, and let's lead AI. Okay? Right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.